Hey guys, we're on the Warrior, and it's a little loud. When I have my heater on, I can't tell how loud it is. We'll try 41. And, yeah, let me see real quick. I did look at these a little bit. It looks like the Warrior's getting some changes. I don't know that I should go over it all. You know, maybe just the classes that I play. You know. But yeah, this is my second battleground. We'll see if we can help this guy. He's dead. There we go. Yeah, it looks like we're going to get a little bit of changes. It looks like our shield slam is going to be capable of hitting another target. Gets increased crit chance from, I think, shield block. I'm not sure. I have to look at it again. But yeah, I did a battleground earlier before this one and we lost. It was just a quick one. I joined at the end of it and we were already losing. It was Twin Peaks. So what is going on here? We're Alliance. We could use Blacksmith. Maybe we could take it. Doesn't look like it. Here we go. Oops. Yeah, I'm gonna work my way back over to stables. I think they're about to get attacked. Yeah. Yeah, just woke up to my dogs barking, and I run out there, and there's some pit bulls by the porch, and my dog Patience, she's the mom, she had the puppies, she's on the other side of the fence, barking at them and kind of like, you know, snapping at them, and she ran them off. I was climbing over this little fence thing I had. Cut my hand a tiny bit. It's not just a scratch, but it's just kind of frustrating, I guess. There's a house on the corner that has like 5 little pit bulls, little black ones. They're kind of puppies, but they're like in between puppies and full grown now. And they get out and then walk around and want to explore. And then they want to come in the yard, you know. I don't like that. I'm glad that she ran them off. I'm surprised she did. And then my other dog, Temperance, he's bigger, more athletic, faster, stronger. But he wasn't able to get over the fence that she was. Because just different breed. She's the kind of dog that likes to climb over things. So we've got 3 bases. Try to get the stables. I went to bed around 2, about 1:30. Just I don't know, I just played WoW last night and then I was thinking about some things and just stayed awake a little longer. Maybe we'll fight this guy. I like to try to get the dismount. Wow. Tough warrior. Yes. Yeah, two people, warrior and that shaman. Tough to handle. I'm gonna be level 44 soon, and then we'll get the Phantom Blade. We'll get Enraged Regeneration. It should be pretty good. Crusader seems to be a very good enchant. I think I'm just gonna have to get it on all my weapons. It's just procs really good. I don't know what was happening. It's like I just didn't have rage. We'll disarm this guy. No more of his stuff. Dead. Kind of need to blow my nose. Yeah, I'll be right back. Okay. So, we're Alliance, we're winning. We've got 3 bases. That's good. We got stables coming in. Blacksmith needs help. We could blast this guy off, but I think we just fight him. Yeah. Yeah, I would really like to know the proc rate on this thing, because I just don't know when it happens. I'm sure it does, I just don't know when. Parachute across the water. Make our way back up to Lumber Mill. I think we're gonna have to fight this person. This is that same warrior from last time. We're doing pretty good actually right now. That's nice. Thank you. Okay, I don't want to lose Lumber Mill. I mean, he's going up to a lot of people. pretty good. Really, really great. Really great. And I need to heal up, but we'll jump in here. There we go, a little heal. Oof. Almost used the potion. Yeah, we've got 3 bases, so we're doing good. We'll jump on this guy. Oops. There we go, disarmed. Man, tough. And we're back. Looks like we need to do a little punish. Just kick one of them out. Wow. We're going to float all the way across. Never mind. Part of the way. We'll have a little snack. Have a little snack and think about where are we going to go. We could go down here. I think we will. We're going to cap this place. This is cool. This is really great. We got it. I really think a hunter would be super fun. We can make all the good stuff, you know. I'll be able to make his gear with Rubius, all of his gear, his leather and mail. And we're gonna stun this guy. We gotta disarm this guy. Wow, big hit. Okay. One of them out of here. There's too many. We captured it. We kept them from getting points for a minute. So I'm going to call that good. Looks like we're going to win. Looks like we're going to win. I think I'll go over the patch here in a bit after this battleground. There we go. So one thing is February 14th, the new PvP season is coming out. So the new gear is coming out. All the stuff you buy with conquest points now, I think is going to be switched over to honor. So it's a little bit of a shame because we just got all of our gear here and it's probably all going to get replaced before I'm even level 60. So I guess all it was really worth is some gold. You know, that's kind of frustrating, I guess. Usually I wait until it's about to finish and then I buy one piece. And for whatever reason, I decided not to do that. I decided to buy 2 pieces in a row. And now we're down to here. All of this, which is fine, I guess. February 14th, all of my conquest points are going to be converted to honor. Which that kind of sucks because I was going to be able to get, one of the best weapons, the best PvP weapon, before I'm even level 60. But, I mean, I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter too much. It's just the difference between a few days of playing, I guess. It's just, I don't know. So, here we go. Arms. Overpower now deals 120% weapon damage, up from 100. Really cool. Thunderclap. Warrior Thunderclap. This damage has been increased approximately 25%. That's really good. Sword Specialization. The chance is going up. The chance from this talent proc is now 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, up from 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's really cool. That is really cool. Warrior Epic Heavy Thunder. This now has a new effect. When Thunderclap only hits one target, your next Thunderclap will cost no rage and has 40% increased critical strike chance. Huh. The passive damage increase has been reduced from 40 to 20, accounting for baseline Thunderclap buff. I'm not really clear on what that is. I'd have to look at the Mystic Enchant. I think that's what it is. Warrior Legendary Heavyweight Ready to Crush now increases the damage and critical strike chance of Mortal Strike by 40%, up from 30. Very good. Warrior Legendary Colossus Smash. This ability cannot be blocked, dodged, or parried. Wow. And now also applies 2 stacks of Sundered Armor. Its debuff increases the damage you deal to the target by 15% for 7 seconds, up from 10 for 8. In addition, its damage has been increased approximately 50%, but no longer pierces armor. Which will result in a very slight damage increase and mean that it will benefit from armor penetration. Well, I guess that's cool. Warrior Epic Insatiable. This now has an additional mechanic. If one of your attacks is dodged, you instantly gain full stacks. Very, very nice, because we're at the lower level, and I don't know, I just remember fighting rogues and they keep dodging. They keep dodging all my hits, so it looks like we're going to be a bit stronger. Warrior Epic Insatiable. The buff display for this enchant has been changed to reduce the amount of buff below, instead giving a second separate buff. This will instead increase the stack count of your Taste of Blood. This purely is a display change. The behavior itself remains unchanged. I don't really understand that. But on to the next one. Warrior Epic Master of Arms. The armor penetration granted based on your strength is now a passive effect of this enchant instead of being a buff. This is primarily to reduce buff bloat. I guess they're talking about just having a bunch of buffs up top, I don't know. Fury. Berserker Stance now grants 5% increased critical strike chance, up from 3, and increases damage taken by 3, down from 5. Seems good. Wow. Bloodthirst. The healing of Bloodthirst is now further increased by your attack power. This healing no longer generates threat. That's really cool. Warrior Cleave. The bonus damage of Cleave has been adjusted to be more focused on weapon damage, offering less of a flat bonus. Okay. Warrior, Legendary, Dragon Roar. This legendary also reduces the cooldown of Whirlwind by 2 seconds. Really cool. And fully resets its cooldown when using Dragon Roar. Its cooldown has been increased to 30 seconds, up from 25. In addition, its damage has been increased by approximately 50%, but no longer pierces armor, which will result in a very slight damage increase and mean that it will benefit from armor pen, same as Colossus Smash. Warrior, Epic Dragon Warrior. This has been slightly reworked. The new tooltip reads, your Dragon Roar grants you Death Wish, if not already active, for 5 seconds. Using Whirlwind reduces the remaining cooldown of Dragon Roar by 5 seconds. That's pretty cool. It looks like Dragon Roar is for Fury. It seems pretty cool. Warrior, Legendary, Raging Blow. The Unbridled Rage effect, making Raging Blow not trigger any cooldown, now also triggers when killing an enemy. That interaction used to be on the Raging Onslaught epic enchant. Unbridled Rage is now also granted by using Berserker Rage, and now fully removes the rage cost of Raging Blow instead of reducing it by 10. Warrior, Epic, Raging Onslaught. So let's check something here. Okay, this is Onslaught. So is Raging Onslaught something different? It looks like it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about those abilities because I don't use them and I haven't tried them, haven't read through them, thought about them. I don't know if I want to keep going through all of this. I mean, yeah, I guess I'll go through it. Raging Onslaught, Unbridled Rage, empower your next Raging Blow, 30% increased crit chance. Legendary Ambidextrous. The triggered offhand attack now deals 60% weapon damage, down from 75. Okay. Warrior, Epic, Skull Crusher. This now reduces the remaining cooldown of Blade Storm or Death Wish by 4 seconds, up from 2. But it can no longer proc multiple times from a single slam cast. New Warrior, Epic, Heroic Rush. Your Heroic Fury ability now increases your movement speed by 50% and attack speed by 30 for 4 seconds instead of resetting the cooldown of Intercept. Its cooldown is reduced to 20 seconds. Huh. Heroic Rush. Heroic Rush. It must be a new one. Yeah, there must be a new one completely. Okay. Epic Desperation. This enchant has been adjusted. It now increases your healing taken by 10% and your damage done against targets below 35% by 8%. These effects are tripled when you are below half health. Wow. Wow. That is actually super cool. This enchant has been adjusted. Now increases your healing taken. Let's look at that. Desperation. Desperation. Okay. Huh. Bloodthirst now has 10% increased critical strike chance and does up to 40% additional damage based on how much health you're missing. Bloodthirst does up to 100% additional healing depending on how much health you're missing. Okay, I don't understand completely. We'll see when it actually comes out. I would think this is going to happen today. I don't really know. But if it increases just all healing taken, then that changes. These effects are tripled if you're below half. So if I'm below half, am I going to get 30% more healing from Enraged Regeneration and Victory Rush and Blood Craze? Maybe. That would be really cool. Protection. New Warrior. Epic Vigilant Vanguard replaces your Intervene with Vanguard. Using this ability, intervenes to the target of your vigilance and engages their target. As long as you stay in melee range with your Vanguard, target and their target and their target enemy, you will follow up their melee hits against the target with a melee attack. Lasts 15 seconds. That seems interesting. I don't understand it completely. I wonder if it's similar to a retaliation or something where, let's say I use the Vigilant Vanguard. I think it charges me to someone, to an ally, and then every time they hit, I also hit, including my own hits. That's what it sounds like. Not completely sure, but it might be that. So here we go, Gladiator Stance. This now has an additional effect. This is what I was talking about earlier. Your shield block now increases the critical strike chance of Shield Slam by 30% and makes your Shield Slam hit an additional nearby target, but no longer increases your block chance. Huh. Wow. So, no more block chance, but this has increased critical strike chance and will hit an additional enemy. Seems good. Yeah, seems cool. Because the crit chance is going to let us use Revenge, and hitting an extra target pretty much adds 100%. It just gives us an additional time to crit, which is also should be increased by 30%. So really good. So I would say 30% plus our normal crit chance is 10%. So because it hits an additional target, it's almost like a 40% increased critical strike chance to get to use Revenge. So really good. Not as defensive, but that's okay. Okay, Epic Jab Cross. This enchant no longer benefits or gets consumed by Heroic Strike. Consuming this with Heroic Strike was virtually always a worse option than saving it for a stronger attack. So this will make this enchant slightly stronger. Cool. Okay, so the same one. Jab Cross. This now has an additional effect. Using Devastate against monsters has a chance to trigger the improved defensive stance talent. Enrage effect. Okay. Okay, well that's if we're fighting monsters, so. Okay, Warrior Epic Shield Master's Resolve. This enchant now reduces your damage taken by 10% when below 50% health. Increased from when below 35%. Shield Master's Resolve. Protection. Huh. Is it a mystic enchant? Yeah, it is. Shield Master's Resolve. Here we go. Taking melee or ranged damage while below 50% health now. Grants you shield block for 4 seconds. This can only occur once every 60 seconds. Okay. In addition, damage taken. Okay. Spell block. This no longer reduces the duration of shield block. It now requires defensive stance. Not for us, because we'll be in gladiator stance. Really cool. Spell block. Okay. Roar of Dread. The damage of this enchant has been increased by approximately 35%. The cooldown has been reduced from 15 to 12 seconds. I don't know what that does. Roar of Dread. Your demoralizing shout. Oh, okay. That's good because it's not very strong. It's not very strong. So increased by 35%. I don't know if it's worth getting still. It just doesn't seem that good to take a whole slot, you know. I don't know why that would be good. Actually, I think it's for tanking, if you're a tank. Because it's gonna target everyone, every mob that's around you. So I could see why that would be good. If I'm understanding it correctly, I'm pretty sure that's the case. Improved spell reflection. The party member spell reflection now has a 10-yard range down from 20. That is a nerf, but you know, that's fine. That's ridiculous to have a 20-yard range. That's too far anyways. It seems like that would be too strong. So, yeah. I think pretty cool stuff. For the holy stuff, I don't know that I want to go through this. Just a light look through. Righteous Verdict. Buff on Righteous Verdict. Protection. Protection Paladin now takes 12% increased damage in PvP combat. I don't know why they're doing that. Ardent Defender, this now has a 90-second cooldown down from 2 minutes. The heal can restore up to 50% of your health up from 30. That seems like a big buff. Righteous Fury now reduces damage taken by more. Okay. Crimson Defense. Okay. Light of the Guardian. Righteous Fury. Okay. Retribution. Holy Templar deals... Let's see. The damage of Templar's Verdict has been increased from 150 weapon damage up to 180. That seems very good. It always felt like it should have been stronger, so that's good. Execution Sentence, this final damage dealt is now considered a melee ability, meaning it uses melee hit chance, deals double damage when critical strikes. Wow. And I would think it would trigger a seal, you know. Sword of Vengeance fixed a bug causing this to trigger Seal of Command. On each Sword of Vengeance hit, its AoE radius has been reduced. Okay. Okay, Crusader's Judgment. This now increases the damage of Crusader Strike by 30% up from 20. That's good. The chance for this to trigger has been increased. Okay. Branding Zeal makes Hammer of Wrath trigger your Seal of Righteousness. Huh. That's kind of cool. I guess. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's about as much as I want to go over. This is kind of a long video. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll talk to you later. Is this another person? Did I record this one already? I've been recording everyone who has the Hand of Ragnaros. At this point, it made more sense to record when it was very new. At this point, it's kind of like, oh gosh, a lot of people have it now. But I'm just going to continue on. I don't think I've recorded her yet. I saw 2 people this morning with it, and one of them was new. And it's the Rubber Band. She has the Mythic Raid. I'll show you guys. I'll show you my list. So we're going to add one more to the list. Yeah, did we not record this person before? Yeah, we did, right here. Okay. Yeah, I wish I would have organized it more. I just did not anticipate it getting this big. So, we'll zoom in a little bit. Oops. Zoom in a little. Well. Yeah, I guess that's fine. This is the one that I want to get. 425. Item level 85. And then I would like the Thunder Fury too. That would be cool. And then, if I'm able to get the necklace, that would just be incredible. I think I would have to Blood Forge all of them. It's tough to say because the only difference is you get PvP power. And, that would help. I think it's like a 2% damage increase though. So, if we lose some PvP power because we're using legendaries, that doesn't seem too bad at all. But if I do Blood Forge them, if I'm able to get them all Blood Forged, then I can use them on all of my characters. And I can just keep them in my guild bank or in my personal bank. And that just seems really cool. It seems really cool. It seems worth it to me. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.